Yeah, I didn't think so either. I was going to ask you that because MP, like he's played mid before. Obviously, he's known for like his Invoker mid and stuff like that. But something tells me they're not going to be running that. And that feels a little bit awkward because that's usually when Phantom Lancer is picked up against Invoker. He's a very strong laner against the Invokers. They're really able to push advantage. As a melee hero, he gets a big CS lead. He also is able to kind of close his distance and put pressure on the Invoker, something few heroes can really do.
Looks like they're just trying to play around this mass teamfight combo from Vega. They want a lot of combo breakers. I think Doppelganger is a pretty good one. Swap and Astral Imprisonment, ways to potentially get out or dodge the Chrono. So I can see where the line of thinking is. It's just pretty difficult to execute, and that's only one thing that you're worried about. Well, like, where's your damage output going to come from if OD's constantly stun locked and PL's constantly controlled by the Invoker? There are a lot of questions that I have for Secret's lineup.
To add to that analysis, I think another thing is that they're prioritizing the Night Stalker's farm, who I think is one of the big heroes to avoid that combination, right? Being able to have the superior vision, as they put Kezu on the Night Stalker in the 3 position rather than the Earthshaker, and have a 4 position roaming Night Stalker. So I think that kind of says a little bit to the game plan of Team Secret.
Yeah, he struggled a lot last game as the Earthshaker in the lane, dying very early to the Faceless Void AA, so maybe thinking that they want a more sturdy hero so that he can survive and still get his farm on at the same time without being so vulnerable and potentially feeding Vega safe lane.
I mean, it's going to be a pretty easy lane for Night Stalker. He's already got the Fissure block, and we'll see if YapzOr does any Fissure pulls for him as well, as Radiant Sight is a bit easier to do it. He did go for the boots first. His counterpart is going to be Siomen Slayer, playing the Kunkka, already missing out in the first torrent here.
Kunkka, oof.
Well, if he does get the torrent, right, he gets the stun and then the slow afterwards.
Yeah,
you close the distance, you get Orb of Venom slow on top of that.
Might be a pretty good way to potentially counteract the nerfs to level 1 torrent, but then you don't get the Tidebringer for the denies in the mid lane.
And again, all this is only, and it only actually works if he's hitting the torrents. So far, he's 0 for 2. 0 for 3, excuse me, mid one. Dancing around, does manage to secure himself that range creep, which is very important. Help the Fissure.
Slayer's probably really excited about this. He's like, nice, I can finally hit creeps.
He gets level 2, which will kind of help. Well, Tidebringer actually, instead of X marks the spot.
Tidebringer's, I think, way better for this sort of situation when you're just sitting mid, because you don't have enough mana to cast both, right?
Yeah, it's not a kill combination, right? Ooh, what a block off there. Does kind of block mid one off as well, but he just whoop, imprisons up the Invoker, gonna get a couple of shots on him, unless he misses uphill. What's going on in that bottom lane here? We've got Afterlife, the Nyx Assassin, up against the MP Phantom Lancer, as well as the Vengeful Spirit. He should be able to do all right for himself, seeing as he's got Spike Carapace against the nuke.
What if he Doppelganger dodges it?
He throws the nuke and then immediately Doppelgangers in anticipation of the Spike Carapace?
Yep.
Then I think Afterlife's pretty happy, because then he just said, well, MP just used more mana. That's all I care about.
But he dodged it.
G, caught by a great Fissure block here from YapzOr. He's having to deal with the Cold Snap, though. G pops a Fairy Fire, gets a little bit distance. Not enough, though. Mid one is going to be able to get the first blood. This 4-position Earthshaker's working out very nicely. Fortunately, his healing salve's going to be canceled by Sioma as he comes in. So that'll help get Invoker a little bit better position when he comes back in the lane, being full HP, full mana, while mid one lacking on the regen.
That was such a great Fissure block coming out from YapzOr.
Yeah, that was cool. And with the boots first, going into the Tranquils, he can very rapidly get himself back to base. Oh, looks like he switched up. Gonna go for the Soul Ring instead.
See an early Bracer, too, on the OD. Haven't seen this too often. Usually it's double null, but OD is not one of the common Veil builders, so maybe looking for the early Atos versus the Faceless Void instead, or even potentially the drums. So we can tell by how many Bracers he builds. He's building 2 Bracers, so yeah. It's like Atos. Atos is also pretty good versus Nick.
I like your Rod of Atos versus the Faceless Void.
Yeah,
you know, it's such a long range initiation and snare. So good against those mobile heroes.
I think this time he actually has some defensive heroes to help him out, though. He got bursted down a lot last game, but this time they have the boat, so he can afford to play a little bit more risky and perhaps build less HP this game. Maybe go for the attack speed talent at 10 instead.
Yeah. Him and the Ancient Apparition trying to shove out the Night Stalker. Looks like they've been pretty successful, 5-0 compared to Afterlife, who's currently being gone on with a great spike carapace, does dodge most of the initiation. And Fisher Black actually fails to connect this time around. Afterlife sitting at 13-1, so he's having a very successful offlane. Actually just took the support's bounty rune, and he'll have the 5-minute shrine to work off of very soon. I feel like Nyx Assassin is very happy with this matchup against Spike Carapace, not just for the, or against the Phantom Lancer, not just for the Spike Carapace, but also for the fact that he's a high armor hero against a physical damage dealer in PL.
Yeah, so we're going a long way around. He may be able to
out
get
on the torrent, so this is going to be bad news for G, but does manage to get off the invis just in time. They're still trying to chase down Sioma here. Shrine's not up. Still another 20 seconds for that one, but they did not get the Aftershock stun, nor the body block to get in front of him.
And you can just tell how vulnerable the Invoker is in this mid lane, having to cast Ghost Walk so early on in the lane. Luckily, it's almost 5 minutes, so he can shrine it up if necessary, but now he's forced to go back to the jungle.
Is there any part of the lanes that is going well for Vega Squadron? Seems like the Feast's Void is free farming, but then again, so is the PL by comparison. Secret are definitely doing a lot better in their laning phase than they were looking at last game.
Yeah, I wonder what Phantom Lancer is going to go for. We saw the Mask of Madness. It's risky though. If he goes for Mask of Madness, he won't have that much HP and he can potentially just die in the jungle. I think he went for Mask of Madness Scepter last game. I like treads plus anything else more.
Do you like the treads into the Aghanim Scepter? Are you a fan of that upgrade?
I personally don't like Ags that much on him. I like S and Y. I think it's it gives you HP. I think Ags it just one of the worst things about it is you need vision in order to hit all the lances.
Afterlife baited into a bad Spike Carapace there, gets run down, does that help? The help of Silent gets up to the shrine, gets a little bit of heal off, keeps on trucking. Now Silent's going to be the next target of Secret's aggression as they dive past the shrine. No rotations. Well, actually there's one coming. Might be able to get the Silent kill. Nice stun from Afterlife, perfectly timed. The Cold Feet plus Sioma lands his first turn of the game, I think, followed up by his Sunstrike, and they do get the turnaround kill, even up the score 1-1. G is even coming over to get some additional help. Might be able to get Puppy here. Yeah, he's definitely dead. So they kill the Phantom Lancer. Team Secret getting way too over-aggressive. Put on the blinders as they just charged at the Nyx Assassin and then follow up with the Ancient Apparition.
It's pretty uncommon for that shrine to be up like 6:15 in. So I think they pushed up there thinking that it was down, and then when they saw it was up, like, well, we're here anyways.
Yeah, you
Might
even
as well
said
party.
like, the Invoker's going to use that shrine,
Yeah, I
right?
thought he
And
was
went back
too.
to the jungle, but they left it up. G's been just kind of half jungling ever since.
Yeah, I like the judicious use of the shrines by G. He's just ferrying out clarities, and that shrine definitely saved them that fight. And like, would have been more useful getting G like an extra, 100, 200, 300 more gold, or winning that fight. I would much rather win that fight if I were Vega.
Oh, nice silence there. Might be able to kill him, but a better Torrent actually locking down 2, giving enough time for Aloha Dance to back out. Gets the time walk away. So the unsuccessful rotation from the supports and the first real aggressive action we've seen from the Night Stalker in his first nighttime. Though I feel like most offlane Night Stalkers don't feel like the first nighttime is an aggressive one.
Yeah, he's
not
been running
what
around
they
a
may
lot.
have to run around for.
He is it's almost over the nighttime.
I think they look at it as like second nighttime is better for the cores to put in the work then. Looks like a successful kill on Yapzor as Night Stalker exited the lane. The Earthshaker tried to cover him and get some of that solo experience. They are going to have a smoke rotation here. Silent and Sioma making their way towards mid. Kezu, it's daytime now, so Secret, they got to get out of here. Torrent is going to be another whiff. Sioma just not guessing correctly here. Some of the Torrent placements.
Time is money.
And it looks like MP will be going back for the Mask of Madness build. It's really good for farming the jungle. That is definitely the best part of the build. But two things that I don't think are particularly good about it. Firstly, doppelganger. You can't doppelganger, which is your main escape. And secondly, after you doppelganger, if you use it in a team fight, you can obviously tell which one it is because it's the only one with the Mask of Madness buff or debuff, whichever way you want to look at it. So it's you're not using the help of the illusions at all, but still very good for farming.
Okay, Ben, I've heard like the Mask of Madness we could seed here, good for farming. I've also heard the Aghanim Scepter is a good way for a Phantom Lancer to be able to kind of continually farm, burst through creep waves via the bouncing lance.
Yep.
In your builds, how do you keep Phantom Lancer ahead? When
I like, I think Maybe does it a lot. He goes treads and you just run at people and right click and you kind of just tank up for your team so they can catch your spells. Kind of similar to how the Viper was played.
So your idea is playing more of a battle Phantom Lancer that is a lot more aggressive, a lot more fight heavy.
Yeah, I think there's better heroes if you just want to farm up in the jungle, like Ancient Mage, for example. I think would be way more preferable in this sort of situation. It's personal playstyle though. You know, personal. Like MPA likes his Mask of Madness and Scepter, and then maybe likes his treads into more right-click builds with Heart, for example, later into the game. Well, we see him maneuver into the mid, Afterlife. Very wary of these sentries.
Oh, this feels the worst. When you're a Nyx Assassin, you picked up your level 6, and you still don't have your Arcane Boots. Because every single failed Vendetta rotation, it kind of, like, the next Vendetta he uses, he's not going to have enough mana for his full combination, right? Impale and Mana Burn, most likely.
Yeah, they're a little bit behind. Like, Invoker doesn't have his Midas, and as you mentioned, the Nyx doesn't have his Arcanes yet. So they just need, like, 1 or 2 more kills to put them back. Ooh, is he going to get that?
No, he's not. Afterlife poking at Puppey. Doesn't get off the Spike Carapace for the stun. Still going to chase him down, though. Yeah, Absorb's coming in, the Sunstrike. They'll have a lot of burst damage, but it's not quite enough to finish off Puppey, so he uses the Vendetta damage to finally get the kill. Afterlife might just be able to get an extra one here. The Cold Feet doesn't actually proc on Yapzor. He gets out of the way just in time.
But we haven't felt the impact of this Night Stalker at all. The panel was talking about it. It's like, why is hero first ban all the time? And then we see it here, and it really hasn't done that much for them. There was that one great torrent up on top to save Night Stalker from getting killed, but right now he's kind of running around and getting vision, but not able to do anything with the vision, not really able to threaten anyone, not stopping anyone from farming, and he's right under Observer Ward right now, and they're very happy with the way the pace of the game is going because it's almost daytime again.
Dire's bottom tower
G is going to... I was wondering if he was going to bait it out a little bit, as he did have 2 heroes next to him, but I guess Secret are there in force as well. The Invoker, despite the fact that he's practically departed the lane, he's played most of his time inside the jungle, his tower hasn't fallen yet. Vega Squadron have managed to keep that one alive still. Looks like they're going to be forced to deny it down, though. So that is going to be a loss of significant map control. I think both Faceless Void and Invoker make use of the jungle quite a bit, so that is going to be an exposed area the Team Secret could abuse. Apparently, Sioma doesn't want to stick around for the shrine.
Back so soon? Did he pick up a? He might have like picked up a smoke or something. Not sure. But he does have one in his inventory right now. I noticed the teams here have been very good about efficient uses of shrine. We've seen like 2 heroes. I think the first time. This time was 4 heroes. We're seeing a lot less greedy solo core shrine usage.
1-4. Team Secret do have the net worth lead despite only picking up 1 kill so far. Part of that is that mid tower falling. And it looks like they're looking to take that safe lane tower, but the smoke rotation is coming across from Vega Squadron. They have the Chronosphere, they have the Ice Blast. This is really their time to fight, but Kezu's going to be able to catch that smoke rotation and manage to get away from X marks the spot before it can be cast by Sioma. So it looks like this is going to be a full dodge of Team Secret. This is what we talked about in the Night Stalker and the idea behind putting this here on the off lane and dodging the big team fight ults.
There's an Endless Shaker from behind, though. Maybe he can kill someone, but not with that sentry dropped.
Time for the re-engage. We'll see. They are going to be able to jump here onto Silent, burst him down pretty much. Echo Slam being thrown out by Yapzor just to ensure the kill. And no opportunity for turnaround by Vega Squadron. So a small pickoff, but it's still a very failed rotation from Vega Squadron, while the cores of Team Secret continue to farm up. OD and Phantom Lancer making the most use of this space.
They can start fighting pretty soon, though. OD didn't even complete his treads because he wanted to opt for the Atos first to deal with this Void and make sure that he gets an imperfect chrono or that he just dies super early on in the fight. So I think that they're ready to siege this, especially nighttime.
Oh, nice swap back there, catching Sioma. He does manage to get the boat out. That'll help him survive. Does manage to get the stun out as well. Ice Blast over the top. Maybe he can turn around and get one kill. Puppey's going to drop low. Will he tick down? It's going to be quite close. Needs to go down to about 90 HP.
If they're scared, they can just Astral him. I don't think he's going to die,
yeah,
though.
he's fine. He's fine. 120 easily survives.
So they use their Observer Ward for that. I don't actually think that's worth it.
I don't think so either. Considering the fact it doesn't look like they're going to make a concerted effort to defend this tower.
Yeah, they still have Faceless Void ulti, but it looks like with his Midas, he is going to just farm up in the jungle instead of be up here. But Secret don't actually know where the Faceless Void is. They used a scan earlier to the north side of the tower, so they don't know if anyone's there. Now, he could easily be sitting just to the north of the OD right now.
Kezu was kind of checking behind the tower area. Now he's going to wrap and push into the jungle to make sure there's no rotation. So
he's showing mid right now, so
yeah, so now they can just go.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good time for them, but it's nighttime's a ticket.
Still there, and it could still be a TP. Even if the Invoker's not going to join the fight, could always be there with the potential Sunstrike. There goes the stun. Here comes the TP rotation from the Faceless Void. They're going to be able to catch the Night Stalker right before he can finish off that Ancient Apparition. Pull back into the boat. They don't even need the Chronosphere, it looks like, to be able to bring down Kezu. Stuck inside the trees. Midwan can't even finish off the tower. Now he's going to be caught by the Chronosphere. He's so low, this should be an easy kill if they could just get one proc to the stun, or maybe just the Torrent to finish him off. Aloha Dance. Well positioned to be able to catch two with that TP rotation. Great defense and great hold from Vega.
Slayer's been playing pretty well. Yeah, he missed a couple of thorns in the early game, but he was like really quick about saving the Ancient Apparition there. And I think his death earlier too, where he sacrificed himself for the Observer Ward, was pretty crucial to winning that fight.
NP trying to get away, but another Torrent. Well placed by Sioma. The addition of the Ice Blast, 5-7 now. Vega Squadron holding lead as they continue to punish Secret's movement around the map.
So now we see Secret probably making a similar maneuver to last game where, okay, the ultimates are down. Maybe they can get probably two towers. The bottom one and the top one are within critical HP range. They need these towers down so they can farm up. Like, the Mask of Madness is not great for fighting early on the Phantom Lancer. And it looks like he is going for Diffusal next, so he's not going to have any HP. He is opting out of any sort of HP item right now. Like, not even shreds.
Fisher stunned, stop the combination of X Torrent.
They're moving out of full force.
Yeah, he's sticking out way too long. He's going to be caught by the X. Brought back into the boat. They attempted the swap, but it just means actually two heroes stun. With the Ice Blast over the top, they're going to be able to catch that Vengeful Spirit, and MP has no supporting cast whatsoever. He's going to have to time his Doppelganger very well here, and does manage to get it. X pullback actually fades there during the Doppelganger. 1 second invulnerability time. Still though, Vega Squadron do manage to pick up 2 and will take the tower, so that kind of evens things out. Secret were beginning to get a lot of map control off the mid tower and potentially taking that safe lane tower away from Vega Squadron, but last couple engagements, Vega definitely evened things up quite a bit.
They're ramping up though. This is a double Midas team we're talking about on Vega, and they're still winning fights, and they're still not scared during nighttime. So I think things are potentially starting to go from bad to worse for Team Secret as they don't get much mileage out of the Atos. Like right now, he probably would have preferred to just get the Midas on the OD, and then he would have had Midas plus Trez plus Atos right about now, and then can work to his next item, which is going to be the Blink Dagger. But now his net worth is pretty far behind number 1, which is Aloha, sitting at 9K.
Another Torrent. Boats coming in, but they aren't going to be able to get the Echo Sam and finish off the Faceless Void. The Yaps are unable to lock down the 2 supports. They get away and are actually going to come back in thinking about it. Sunstrike misses onto mid 1, but Afterlife's here. He doesn't go for the immediate Vendetta Strike, feeling that it wasn't going to be enough damage to actually break mid 1. Another Torrent lands, taking off that Urn charge. Afterlife doesn't have any mana to follow this one up, really. In fact, he's going to be caught by the Rod of Atos now. Waits out the Spike Carapace. Beautiful block there from Yapzor. He's actually going to be able to lock down the Ancient Apparition on the side, swap him back into the Fissure block as well. Great synergy for Team Secret as they finally start showing a little bit of pluck in these team fights. Take down 3, make it 4 actually. The Void being the first to go.
Yeah, Yapzor's just been in incredible positions to get these ganks going for them too. Like that Fissure was phenomenal, stunning 3 heroes and putting one of them on the wrong side of the Fissure. But that's what happens when your Faceless Void goes down. He's your main team fighter right now.
They're more than willing to commit many of their ultimates to bring down that big holding hero, especially since they know Invoker's just not a hero right now. That's one of the big downsides of the mid Invoker. This window of time, Invoker's just not much of a factor besides Sunstrike. He needs to focus on farming and get that Aghanim Scepter. Boat coming in, hoping to save the Faceless Void, give him a little bit of damage reduction. As Team Secret were attempting, they stuck around, trying to get some extra kills, keep Vega Squadron on their toes, but now they're going to be caught. No imprisonment, but there is going to be swap. Mid one is going to be safe from that one. It looks like they're just going to be able to take down the Nyx Assassin. It's caught by the Rod of Atos.
Look how well they're playing around the OD, though. Like, they're just making him do the plays, and every time they go on him, they defensively Astral or swap him out or Fissure stun to interrupt the combo. They really they need the Chrono.
Yeah, he catches another one. Ancient Apparition. The Blink Dagger and the Rod of Atos. This OD is not your typical late game carry. He is a killer right now in 20 minutes. I mean, none of these heroes can really deal. He can like 3 or 4 shot most of the supports. Even Faceless Void, I think, is very much threatened by this pure damage. You know, just get 3 shots on him during the Rod of Atos, finish him off with the imprisonment.
At this point, though, they just need to like have the Invoker involved. He almost has a Scepter, and I think he can kind of match the OD's potency in the team fights. He can just definitely blast him or cold snap. Like, these spells are very effective at stopping his damage, and you kind of want to force the OD to get his BKB early on, so you can slow down his farm and whittle down those charges early on in the game. But right now, Mid-1 doesn't really feel any pressure to go for BKB. He has a defensive swap, and they almost have Blink Dagger on a Shaker, and they have enough stuns that are also playing very well around the Night Stalker, finally at 20 minutes in, and almost getting another kill.
Life. Yeah, got spotted by the Night Stalker. Going invis. Don't get it in time. NP does have an invis rune if he wants to join his team here for a team fight.
He still has like no HP. He's also going for BOTs next, so sitting at 1200. That is so low.
Vega start pushing out. They are going to be stunned up by the Fissure. 2-man stun. Nyx Assassin again. First one dead. That leaves OD a lot of room to work around. Isn't threatened by that big nuke of the mana burn. Sioma Slayer's going to be forced into a TP out. They have a stun somewhere. Mid-1 not there in time for the imprisonment, and the Fissure was on cooldown. But Team Secret, they may not have gotten that kill, but maybe they can take an objective here. Maybe not. You still have Chronosphere. It's kind of scary out there still.
As long as it's nighttime. Like, they can't even get close to it. Anyone that gets close to ASO Silence is just dead. Yeah. So I don't exactly know how they're supposed to approach a fight. Maybe scout a little bit with Forge Spirits, but I don't know, even that's questionable.
Stun leading the way. Kazu's going to be able to get the silence onto G, but he's going to be locked down, well, by the X, but no follow-up torrent. Missed stun from Afterlife. Kazu makes a clean escape. And they are just cutting down the map. Look at Team Secret. They own the Dire jungle. The mid wave is constantly being pushed back past River. It doesn't really feel like Vega Squadron's 2 cores, the Faceless Void and the Invoker, don't have too much to work around here.
Every time they get comfortable, they start playing a little bit more loose, get picked off here and there, which leads to more and more deaths and more kills. And Vega probably need to know that they just need to buckle down a little bit, play way more safe during nighttime, especially with the Scepter coming out very soon for Night Stalker. Actually, not that soon. He has 1 piece.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Now, seeing this game for mid-1. Oh, X. No, never mind. Defensive X just for Sioma to try and push out. See if you can find some heroes. Seeing this mid-1 OD, like, OD definitely disappeared from the meta for a little while, but I feel like he might be coming back. I'm watching, like, you know, 747, Eric Dong. Like, he plays a really good OD, and he plays it kind of like this. A little bit of a killer. He goes in the mid game, and it just feels like OD is so overwhelmingly strong. And when it comes to the pickup, potentially, he goes like Shadow Blade on it.
I think their whole line was based around enabling him, though. I would say everyone but the
Slam lead off onto the Invoker. Kazu gives him the extra bit of burst damage to bring down the Invoker. Big pick for Team Secret. And MP's just not really needed. So this greedy build is paying off big dividends. Especially if you can use this Boots of Travel to max efficiency.
Yeah, he can just kind of do whatever he wants this entire game. Oh, Afterlife, you are in a bad spot, buddy.
Oh dear, he does not have his Blink Dagger yet, so he's going to be caught in prison. Hold on to the Spike Carapace for now. Tries to eat his way through the trees, not going to happen. Silence up as well, so no chance to use that Spike Carapace. holds on to it and never gets used. 14-9, Team Secret over a 5K gold lead, and it feels like that's just going to build and build and build because they just own the map with the between the Night Stalker, the Phantom Lancer being all over the place, controlling the waves and farming up jungle areas, and the OD being the killer that he is. Seems like Vega Squadron just going to have to play very scared. When does Vega Squadron come back into this game?
I think they were relying on the Invoker, but look at Invoker's net worth. He's number 4. He's way behind the Void and pretty far behind the OD. And this is like a Midas AFK farming jungling Invoker. So I think they relied on him, but he's not going to be able to have the impact that they want. And it looks like Slayer's going to take a spill here.
Run, Sioma, run. He gets the X. Not sure what that's going to do for him, but I don't know what sort of tricky maneuvers you could pull there, buddy, but he is going to die. And Secret even looking at Roshan. They don't even have a great Roche-taking team, but it seems like they can still do it. Double damage on mid one makes things a whole lot easier with the minus armor of Puppey.
They need to like smoke in a Roche right now if they want to take it out, but don't think they are prepared at all, especially without Kunkka there. But you mentioned like what are they waiting for? It's anytime they want to fight, they can just cast Darkness. Invoker has been free farming for a while. There's not like a big overwhelming item that I think is going to change the game for them. But here they go.
Deal with the ward first. Team Secret. I like the call for them to back out there.
They see that Roche is
so
really low, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to leave the pit first?
Smoke up. Team Secret, are they going to go for a full wraparound here? Are they going to go Dire jungle full wraparound in the high ground into the shrine? They just going to play around the Roshan pit. It looks like Vega Squadron are going to try and sneak it in here. Low Hot Dance pops out of the pit. Doesn't want to be caught by an initiation here. It looks like Midwan's already found his opening, managed to get the Ancient Apparition. Here comes the Chronosphere. They have that Roshan. It's so low they're going to be able to get the Aegis, maybe swap back, but he still managed to grab the Aegis just in time, but it's going to cost them big time. They've already lost the Invoker, and somehow Low Hot Dance and the rest of his team need to get out of here, away from this team fight. The extra life does not mean a one team fight, that's for sure. Afterlife looks like he's going to be caught, slowed down by the Purge. He's definitely dead. So it's only going to be Low Hot Dance and Sioma managed to keep their heads there in that team fight. Still kind of a win for Secret.
Poor Invoker. He went inside the pit like, I got to finish off this Roche. He gets chronoed. Can't even pick up the Aegis.
I mean, that's the exact position that Team Secret specifically avoided, right? Look at that, OD. Damn. Poor Void doesn't stand a chance in this game. He is completely countered by Team Secret, through and through, between the Rod of Atos, Night Stalker.
Yep, they just need to be able to get the jump. And yeah, someone's going to get swapped out, but at least he'll get one kill early on in the team fight. But yeah, the problems are mounting. Faux show.
Team Secret. I know Chrono's down. Are they really thinking about poking at high ground? Looks like it. Time to get that damage in now.
They still have a lot of
PL
int on
so
mid
big.
one. So 20 int right now.
Deafening Blast, Doppelgang, dodges the stun there from Afterlife. A Fissure onto G, Litz mid one, gets 1 or 2 orbs in. Fortunately, as it's nighttime, without the Night Stalker, that Hurricane Pike isn't going to do him a whole lot of good when he goes for those free orb hits.
Oh, they find Kezu.
Oh, this is a big kill, especially since he's working so rapidly towards that Aghanim Scepter thanks to his Hand of Midas. But his team is just not able to get there in time as Kezu's booking it backwards. Playing it safe once again.
He even has his axe right now, so now they kind of have to catch him with the Nyx Assassin.
Maybe a kill on Puppey. Magic Missile into a bash with a Cold Feet. That's an easy one. But Team Secret are going to have very few of these ganking problems very soon. They've got the Aghanim Scepter. They can get the gem as long as it's nighttime. Vega Squadron are going to be hard-pressed to find a proper initiation on Team Secret.
Still really haven't seen a Chrono yet. They can get one. It's just really hard because the OD's forcing everyone to use all their cooldowns on Vega really quickly in the fight.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They need BKBs
Yeah.
real badly.
Even then, Echo Slim. Pretty good versus this.
Rod of Atos catches the Faceless Void. Again, the Ensnare into the Silence. I don't think he's making it out of here alive. He's got his Blink Dagger, actually. It's possible. They do have the bow coming in. Aloha Dance. Moves a little bit farther north. Still going to be caught here. Time walks forward. Chronosphere defensively just to get out. Is he still going to be caught, though? Fisher. Fortunately, the Ice Blast is holding them down, but they do manage to blink forward, get the imprisonment. Oh, no. That's the worst feeling in the world. Nice hand of Manta dodge, but it's not enough. He used Chronosphere to survive, and it doesn't even work. Is there a worse feeling in this game, Ben?
Not many. Dying back.
Die back.
Worse is if your Invoker dies down here. Oh, God.
Well, you said it, Ben. You've cursed Vega Squadron. Get the dust, magic missile, and MP shreds an Invoker. Thanks to that Diffuse Blade and all the illusions he has.
They just haven't been given any opportunity past 15 minutes.
Nope. And yet another kill. Afterlife gets found mid. All around the map, it is death and destruction for Vega Squadron. Their dreams of closing out this game 2-0 are rapidly dwindling.
I don't know who's going to be doing damage for Vega.
Dude, I don't know either. Yeah, they've got to have a sick combination. Jesus. Mid one, fearless. Knowing that Vega Squadron hero is just not going to buy back. He blinks directly into the Ancient Apparition's face, way behind the tier 3 tower. Claims another kill, gets some more intelligence temporarily. Starts chipping away at that melee Rax. Aloha Dance set up here. Ready to go, but I'm not sure what he could do without a Chronosphere. Still a little 10 seconds for that one. That's certainly enough time for Team Secret to get this melee Rax, maybe. Afterlife running interference here with a Spike Carapace, but still having some issues. Mid one's gonna drop pretty fast here, swap back, but he still has the X marks the spot. The counter's there, but he does imprison himself in time, and Aloha Dance is in trouble. That Diffuser Blade, Phantom Lancer is such a threat to these two cores. You're gonna see G drop as well. MP is here, and he's here to clear all of Vega Squadron off the map. Chronosphere finally gets there, but there's no follow-up. Invoker's dead. It's just him swinging his mace, and that's not gonna do a whole lot. They're still gonna be able to get the Kunkka. Aloha Dance is gonna die. Just call it. Tap out. Aloha Dance says GG.
That game was all mid one. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it was.
Did he do a lot of damage on OD? That was crazy how he just was kind of quiet and then just immediately went beyond godlike in 5, 6, 7 minutes.
He was supposed to be countered a little bit by the Nyx Assassin pick, but Nyx Assassin